I'll never forget going into the room and just seeing the fear on her face and the reality that they couldn't find a heartbeat and we'd lost our baby. My mindset was, if I don't have kids, what's the point in getting old? I was such an awful partner because I wasn't there emotionally. I checked out.
Welcome to Everything Changed podcast. Today we have a guest who you may recognise from the television. He was on Shipwrecked many moons ago and now he is a Sky Sports News broadcaster. Welcome, James Green.
Thank you very much. If anyone recognises me from Shipwreck, goodness me, they must have the best eyes ever.
Yeah, we are actually with the same model agency, but we've never met before. But I know James's partner, Nicola. So I think a good place to start is, when did you and Nicola meet and when did you decide you were ready to be parents?
Oh, good question. So Nicola and I knew each other through the agency as well, but we never, there was never anything there at all. We actually had a very platonic coffee back in the day where I was advising her about moving to America at the time. I'd spent a couple of years over there. And then a few years later, one of our friends just set us up, mutually set us up. It happened to be almost like the perfect timing. And then that was 8 years ago. But at that point, I've been ready to have children for a long time. Many years. So I've always felt I was ready. It was just always waiting for that right person at the right time.
Yeah.
To start a family.
And then you found her.
And then I found her.
And you have had quite a tough journey to get to fatherhood. Do you mind sharing, what you've been through over the past? I don't know, how many years is it?
It was been, oh dear, let's go back to 2020, so COVID times, and we got a house together. We discussed having a family at that point, and we were like, well, look, we know that it might not happen straight away, so why not let's just start the process now, and by maybe I think this must have been like September, October 2020, and we thought, well, by the summer, like 2021, maybe that would be the right time and that would be good. And lo and behold, month one, first time of trying, we got pregnant,
oh, wow.
Which was incredible. And we were so lucky because at the time I had friends of mine who'd gone through struggles in getting pregnant first and foremost. So I realised how lucky we were. We thought, I think as any new parents feel when you're pregnant for the first time, you shut out any noise of any negative things that could happen further down the road, and you just ride with it, and you don't expect anything to change that. And sadly, it did for us.
And what did happen?
So we were going for our 3-month scan. I'll never ever forget the day, because we went into the hospital, walked Nicola in, walked upstairs into the hospital, and the nurse shouted at me for being in there with her because it was COVID times.
Oh, God.
And they didn't want certain people in there.
So it's like one person?
So only one person. So for the scan, I wasn't even allowed in for the 3-month scan. Anyway, so I'm waiting downstairs, we're pacing up and down. I can't keep still. And then I get a message from Nicola, and it was just, you can come up. But there was no kiss, there was no emoji, there was nothing, emotionless. And I just feared at that point and panicked that, hold on a minute, something's not right here. And then I'll never forget going into the room and just seeing the fear on her face and the reality that they couldn't find a heartbeat and we'd lost our baby, and it was just this numbing feeling, and having to then go to appointments after that, straight afterwards to another hospital, and again get to the front door. Nicola's allowed in, I'm not allowed in. I remember multiple times being in my car completely breaking down because I've got a partner who's scared, who's going through the most traumatic situation, and I am utterly helpless, not even allowed to hold her hand. There was only one time when one of the nurses, it was a very late trip to hospital at the time, and I remember one of the nurses let me in through a back door because she felt so bad for us and just felt like I needed to be there with her, and I'll always be grateful for that. But I also look back on that time and just think how wrong was it that we were allowing people to go through stuff on their own.
It's just happening before your eyes, and you can't stop it.
Can't stop it, and you can't take the pain away from your
No.
partner, and that killed me. And again, it always rode back to, I always wanted to be a dad as well, and it was just like, is it ever going to happen? I went through a situation many years ago with a partner where she didn't want a baby that we had conceived, and so I'd always dealt with that from a younger age, and that really caused me a lot of trauma in my life. A period in my life, a set period for a few months, where I was in a very dark place, where I turned to alcohol because that was a great thing to do. Just really dark place. Couldn't get out of it, couldn't snap myself out of it, and eventually I did by just basically somebody just accepting that, hold on a minute, you've gone through quite a lot. Yeah. It's all right to feel like crap. So it always triggered back to that feeling back then, and it was at that point thinking, is it ever going to happen? Was that the only opportunity I was going to get to be a dad, and was it taken away? And then now, is it always going to get taken away? I don't know.
This episode is sponsored by Never Fully Dressed, a feel-good fashion brand with joyful clothing in sizes UK 6 to 28 to empower everybody. They have also got a collaboration with Porto and Bello, offering a wide range of accessible clothing, and £5 from each sale goes to Future Dreams House, a charity supporting those touched by breast cancer. You can find Never Fully Dressed online or at their flagship London and New York stores. And I remember me and Nicola messaging each other when we had both gone through a miscarriage. It really does.
It devastates you.
It does.
I think you're right as well. I think there's a perception that because it is so common, you don't realise. It wasn't actually a baby then. It's like, as soon as you're pregnant, there is a baby. Yeah,
and you love them.
And you love them unconditionally, and you are a parent.
Yeah.
And everything in your mindset shifts. There's no awareness and understanding of the impact that has all around. I mean, how did you cope with it?
I already had Rudy, but I think when you've had a normal pregnancy at first, it really took me by surprise. Yeah. It happened on a Saturday, and I had to get an ambulance to our local hospital because I was in so much pain. And then I sat in A&E all day on my own, and I just remember feeling like they weren't really being very sensitive or looking after me at all. And we'd realised that I'd had the miscarriage, but the early pregnancy unit is not open on the weekend, so I had to then wait until Monday to go there and have confirmation, even though I knew that had happened. And I was really sad for about a week, really, really sad, in bed, feeling so upset. But I remember thinking, I'm so lucky that I already have Rudy. And he, I then snapped out of it pretty quickly.
It's a tough cycle, and I think, you hit the nail on the head where early pregnancy units aren't available.
No.
Some aren't open on weekend. It's just shocking. I'm an ambassador now for a baby loss charity called Saying Goodbye, and they're working really hard to implement changes in the government. They've made some giant steps, but it's still going to take so long for so many changes to be implemented.
It's just mad. That can happen any day.
Yeah, it could happen any time, any day to anybody. But it's all tough. It's tough, and going through it once is tough.
Yeah, but you have been through it.
Yeah, we went through it. We lost 3. So the second one. You just think, okay, the only thing you have to go on is that you are potentially one of the statistics, the 1 in 4. It's just outrageous, but 1 in 4 pregnancies that end in miscarriage, and you just think we're unlucky. When it happened the second time, it was just my partner's instinct was just something's not right. Something's not quite working here. We've got to try and figure it out. And but you go through it again, and it brings everything back again. It's even harder. Again, it just then this vision that you have in your life that you want this perfect family, or you want at least just one healthy child, and it feels like a distant memory. And again, for me, I was just got into dark places, and it's really messed up. But my mindset was, if I don't have kids, what's the point in getting old?
Really? And you were thinking that?
Yeah, it was all at the forefront of my mind was, what's the point? I don't want to. I don't want to get old. So it's there's a cut-off point. where I'll go,
Done.
I've had enough now.
Really?
Which is awful for my partner, because it's like, and I
And
remember her always
did she
going,
know
'cause she was,
that?
yeah, I told her, I shared it with her, and she was like, well, you know, what about me? And it's like, yeah.
When you can't get something that you want, you just want it even more.
Yeah. What people don't understand is, majority of times, 95% of the time, they don't know what it is. So you have
With the miscarriage.
With the miscarriage, you have to go through a process of elimination. Now, the problem is, you also get given different opinions from different people. So you're being told different things by experts. So you sit there at home going, what the hell do we do?
So was it after the third miscarriage that you started having these tests?
I mean, I'll say this out loud, it's fine, but the rules on the NHS are
you need 3.
they won't do tests on you until you've had 3 miscarriages. Now they're changing that. That's one of the new laws that they're implementing. But when that happens, we're waiting and seeing. Everybody should have the right to have some checks after 1.
Yeah.
Not wait until you've gone through 3 lots of heartbreak, lost 3 children in your life.
Did you get that elated feeling again when you found out you're pregnant? You're just protecting yourself?
No. You only get that once. You only ever get it once.
Yeah.
And that is the first time you're pregnant. That is the only time you'll have that full-on elation. Now, if you have healthy pregnancies every single time, maybe you have it multiple times, but I couldn't even force myself to be happy or feel anything in the future. I was such an awful partner because I wasn't there emotionally.
Really?
I checked out because I didn't have any hope. I was terrible, and I knew it, and I just could not force myself to snap myself out. And the reason why, because I was protecting myself. It just affected my whole life, and having to try and work, try and be on camera, try and be happy, try and hide
and
it.
in this period, did you feel happy at all?
No. Not once.
And did that impact your relationship? Because
absolutely. It tests you to the limit. Both of you are so upset. You're both so emotional. You're both traumatized by what you've gone through. The home life becomes just talking about that.
Yeah.
No, openly said, we've had professional help to help us and support us through it, and I'm so glad we did. And that was down to Nicola to push me into doing it, because
it's really
typical guy, I'm fine, we're fine. Well, that's not true. And it was the best thing I could have done.
You went down the IVF route eventually. How did that come?
Yeah, look, it's a weird one, because conceiving was not a problem for us. It was holding the pregnancy, so it's just like that might be a better way, so that we can kind of guarantee we've got this really strong embryo. It was a joint decision, and the first one didn't work.
Oh, it didn't?
No. So you go through a different feeling of loss. Not the same. I'll be honest, not the same as the other 3. I mean, the IVF process is amazing. For a man, it's very funny. Right, it is. This is a complete change up, but it's so funny.
I thought you were going to say, for a man, you just feel so helpless.
No,
you can't.
it's so, honestly. I can laugh about this now, because the whole process of what a man has to do, it's ridiculous. So I've had to, we get checked out. You check your stuff, and you have to. That's fine. And then you go into room, you have to get checked. Well, the first time I remember going into this waiting room, and I'm like, just head down, hat on, pulled down. It's like I felt so embarrassed. I walk into this room, and there's a lazy boy, and then there's a plasma screen. And on the big plasma TV, I kid you not, Pornhub, touchscreen. On there. Gosh. And then my head's just going, I'm fixated on this chair going, I wonder how many people have been on this. And then this way it gets even funnier. So anyway, whatever, that's done. I leave, and I'm like relieved it's over. I'm glad it's done. I phone Nicola straight away and go, you have no idea how stressful that was. It was a nightmare. This happened. She went to me, are you kidding me? You have no idea. And I just kind of went,
Okay.
Oops. Yeah. All right. Phone down. Right. All right. I'll never moan again.
But did you feel embarrassed because you were there? You know, where did the embarrassment come from?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not ashamed to say like we went through IVF. I don't think we necessarily needed to in the end. Ironically enough, I think it was more of just knowing what I have to do in that room. And
it must have been like really nerve-wracking.
Honestly, it is. It's not. Look, let me get it out there. It's not a big deal. Guys have got it so easy. I mean, literally, that's all I had to do. It's not the end of the world. But there was another time I had to like go some checks, and I thought that's what I had to do. So I go into this waiting room in a different place, and it is busier. And there are men, there are women there, and I'm just looking around going,
What's that?
God, this is weird. Why am I? Like, this is a bit odd. And anyway, I get led downstairs, and there's a few of us going down these stairs. It's a bit weird. And then I look at the different compartments. It's very open. And I'm like, hold on a minute, there's a curtain pulled. No, like this can't be right. Nurse comes in with me, and I'm like, this is really weird. Like, I'm sweating because I'm thinking, how can I do it here? There's curtains. It's just curtains. There's not a door. There's not a room. There's not a curtains. And she said, can you roll your sleeve up? I went, okay. I said, well, what is happening here? Like, honestly, I freaked out, and I had to say to her, I said, look, I'm getting a bit weird now. When do I have to deposit? She's like, no, you're here for a blood test. So embarrassing.
It's good that you've taken, you know, the positives and you can laugh at it now.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. Can we go back? When you had the tests for your IVF, there was no problems there?
No.
So you were just trying to get a strong embryo?
That was it. It was almost like process of elimination. I think that's what people maybe don't understand sometimes, but you know, you give everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And we would have spent every last penny to get our miracle baby, and so you go down this route, and the long story short, Rose, like we were Nicola was due to have another operation, and about 3 or 4 days before she had her operation, the surgeon broke his ankle. Okay. Right, she was having doubts about maybe this person, and maybe wanted to see someone else, and it was just like, okay, well, we can't have this operation now, let's go to someone else. Yeah. And a friend of hers recommended a new clinic. We went in and saw this wonderful woman called Kat Creed. Never forget her. We're still in touch now, and she forced us into having a scan. I say forced us in terms of like, because bear in mind, every time you scanned, it's like 350, 400 quid. Like it's just like constant.
Yeah.
And yeah, she scanned and saw something that we thought that was there ages ago, and started the process off to get that rectified, and lo and behold, that was that. And then all of a sudden, we go for our second try, and the pregnancy holds, and we now have our miracle baby. Little terror, who's nearly 8 months old, who is just the most amazing little girl ever. She's unbelievable.
Yeah, with Alicia, you obviously, was that the first time you got to a 12-week scan?
Yes.
And you saw her on there? And do you remember?
So we'd have heartbeats for the first and the third loss. We'd seen a heartbeat. Really? You know, so we'd got past that stage. So that's when I think when you see a heartbeat and it doesn't work out, that's where it really like it can kill you. Yeah. But with Alicia, it was like getting to that 3-month stage. That's where we would hit our stumbling block. The build up to that, oh my God, it's like every day felt like a month. Yeah. It was such hard work mentally, and keeping us both calm, and I'll never forget it, because I was at the Isle of Wight festival, and Nicola was having some concerns that it hasn't worked out. So I'm stuck there going, this is awful. I don't want to be here. I want to be back there. But then she's like, there's nothing you could do. Just stay. So anyway, when I got back, we went in for our scan that was booked in. And we asked her. And then it was an awful weekend for her, because she having to go through this thinking that it's not worked out. But she thought we'd lost it again. And I remember we drove in and we went into this clinic. We just didn't speak. I think we got to train, and we didn't speak. We didn't talk at all. Honestly, a silent trip the whole way, not one word to each other. And walked in, and we basically said to her, look, this is what we think. Just please let us know as soon as you can. And within seconds of inspecting, straight away, didn't hesitate, didn't hold back, heartbeat was there. And I've never, like, this shock and the elation and the tears, and I mean, I've never cried like that in my life. I don't think. It was just, we just were like, just beside ourselves.
And you found out you were having a little girl?
Yeah, we found out really early. We both wanted to know. I know some people hold back.
I didn't with either.
Did you not?
No.
I'm like, I wanted to know.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to know who I was talking to and who I was saying silly things to Nicola's stomach, which I did every night. I mean, I was just obsessed. And yeah, we found out very quickly it was a little girl. And
were you so happy?
Oh my God, so happy.
I think dads actually love having a girl. They
the
really
best.
do. They're precious, aren't they?
They're so precious.
Yeah.
It's
the best.
The best feeling. I think years ago it was always, I want a boy, I want to play football, I want to do this. I've seen some of my friends have got boys. They're terrors. they're high energy. I'm like, I'll take my little princess. Thank you.
She's she likes Arsenal, so
and she loves Arsenal. Yeah. She hasn't got a choice in that, by the way.
Alicia is here and she is healthy and everything's amazing. But the journey to getting her, even after your 20-week scan, was not easy. Do you mind going into?
No, I'll go into it. Yeah, Nicola had a bit of concern in her breast. Wasn't sure what it was, and we went for a checkup. And I don't think we thought it was anything sinister. You know, it's pregnancy. Things
your breast
change,
changed so much.
Everything changes. So I just assumed it was just that, or it's like a milk duct that's swollen up, or something like that. And then we go in and get checked, and she gets hit with the news that she has breast cancer. And you just like, I was just thinking, what have we, or what has Nicola, what has someone got in for us and for this person to put her through what she's had to go through anyway to get pregnant? We then have a really healthy pregnancy, and then she's hit with this. It was just so unfair. That was the thing. It was just all so unfair.
I remember when she sent me a voice note, I was sat in the car and I just burst into tears. And I just thought, oh my God, like, how can this be happening to her? And I don't think you'd even shared the news that you were pregnant.
No, we hadn't at that point, no.
You know, obviously you must have been so worried about Nicola, but you also worried about the baby.
Everything. Yeah, and again, it's that helpless feeling again, once more, not being able to do anything to protect Nicola, not being able to do anything to protect the baby, knowing at this point, thinking, are we going to have to get the baby out really early? So is the baby going to survive if we get her out early? All this going through our minds, like, how is this even going to be possible? We just dealt with this huge blow, having to still work at the same time. Most days I'd go to work, brave face, get in my car, break down, and then get on my way again. Get home, make sure I'm not breaking down in front of Nicola, because I didn't want her to see that I was upset. I needed to be the strong one for her and the baby. And then it would be like a circle again. I'd go back to work again, on camera, brave face, and then hold it all together just until I could get in the car. It was like my comfort blanket in the car, let it out, and then go on my way again. And it was just fearful the whole time. You know, what is going to happen? How serious is it? Is the baby going to survive?
Did you talk to anybody at work? Like, did anyone know
people
how you
knew.
were feeling?
People knew. My work, people at Sky were excellent, actually. Really, like, gentle with me and understanding, and would allow me to talk if I needed to talk, and then wouldn't, like, kind of go the other way if they felt like I didn't. And fortunately, I've learned over the trauma we had previously that actually talking helps me. It helps me so much. Talking out helps me so much. Talking about baby loss, realising how many different people were going through it as well, or had gone through it and maybe hadn't said anything, because it is a private thing, but some people just don't want to ever speak about it, which is absolutely
Yeah.
fine. You know, it's not like, I'm sure you feel the same way. Talking out isn't going to help everybody,
No.
but if it helps you, then
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And if you then talking out helps someone else, then all of a sudden you're getting through everything a little bit easier, a little bit better, because you know you're not on your own.
And so Alicia was born at, how many weeks was she?
38 in the
Oh,
end.
amazing.
So
So
yeah,
she's full term.
we honestly, we were, I think it was like when Nicola was diagnosed, it was like 22, 24 weeks, something around
Yeah.
that mark. So we really were like thinking she might be very, very early, like 28 weeks, and she will have a shot. But we were able to go
Yeah.
close
full term.
to full term just a couple of weeks before.
To have her in your arms, safe, healthy.
Yeah, really
She's perfect.
healthy.
She's so perfect.
She is perfect, honestly. Well, she's not perfect because she's asleep at night. So she's got two tired
Get used to
parents all the
that.
time. Yeah, I know. But she's just amazing. I'm just besotted. I'm utterly besotted. Not a minute goes by where I don't think about her. When I'm not with her, I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
If like I'm away for a weekend, I can't. Even I should be sleeping, I can't sleep because I'm thinking about her. It's
just so precious.
It's unbelievable. She's so happy. It's like the happiest, healthiest baby we could have ever hoped for. I mean, she just giggles, she laughs. She's nearly 8 months. She's cheeky. Her personality's shining through. I'm just so happy
that you've got her, and that
she's
after
rock.
everything,
And she is our rock. And she, during it all, she gave Nicola the strength to get through treatment, to get through everything she's done. And she was always the strength. She was the strength when she was inside. When Nicola was panicking, she would kick. They had this amazing bond. At the start, it was really tough, I think, for Nicola to get her head round everything and deal with it. But she's the most incredible mum. She just is brilliant with her. I'm so lucky that she's got a mum like Nicola, and to get through what she went through, I'm just constantly in awe. I'm constantly amazed by her. I mean, we've been flying back and forth to Cyprus recently a lot, and she's been doing it on her own with Alicia, and it's like, how can you even do that? And she's got this strength inside her that clearly I think Alicia's going to have, and she's just the strongest little girl ever, because her mum is the strongest woman ever. Unbelievable.
Going through what you've been through, a cancer diagnosis and IVF, has your perspective changed? What's important now? Like, have you changed how you feel about life?
Oh God, yeah. I think going through baby loss, you change. I think becoming a parent, you change. I think definitely going through a cancer diagnosis in your family, it changes you. It changes your outlook on life. It reminds you what's important. Yeah, in this world,
crazy how everything can just change, isn't it? Like in an instant. Yeah. That's what I was in shock. Sometimes I still think, like, I actually can't believe that happened. You just don't think it will ever happen to you.
Even talking about it now, because I haven't thought about it for a little while now, I cannot get my head around that. Nearly a year ago, we'd found out, and getting through everything that we'd gone through. It's but it changes your perspective, and it makes you definitely appreciate life. It makes you appreciate those closest to you, appreciate small things in life. Before, I've been very much, my life's been dictated by my work. Very much, if my phone rings and it's work, I will go and do it. Whereas now it's like, what? No, but no. I've got an opportunity to be away with my family. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend that time with them because I love being with them, and I want to soak that time up as much as I possibly can.
What makes you happy today?
Oh, Alicia. Oh, she does, honestly, she does. She just is my everything.
The light, yeah.
Honestly, like, even I think of like last night and this morning, she was in bed, she cuddled up to me, fell asleep, and we're there hugging and like heads like that. And we play this little game where I pretend to be asleep and she pretends to be asleep. She lifts her head up looking at me and then puts her head down. Then if she sees me open my eyes, she starts laughing. Like, she's these little moments. She's just my my world, my everything.
And I guess you soak in all of those moments even more.
Every single one. Yeah.
I think that is a gift from, you know, what we've been through.
Definitely.
Appreciating.
100%. Appreciate your family. Appreciate those closest to you. Because at times, and you'll know, it feels like it's you against the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So make sure your strength is with that unit, ready to take on the world, whatever they're going to throw at me. And I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah,
like,
I do.
I feel like bring it on, whatever now.
Yeah, exactly.
I really feel that way. Take on anyone.